going everyone, Liam Catterson here. We're on episode number 8 of My Hero Academia, which is called From Iida to Midoriya. Last episode was an absolute emotional punch, not just to me, but to everyone. For the heroes, I guess. It didn't go down the way I expected it to. And I'm not complaining whatsoever, because from Bakugo's abduction, this could create a plethora of juicy storylines, especially with, even if Bakugo wasn't kidnapped, that's now intertwined with the potential good stories to come for Season 3 especially, but now it's opened the door for some interesting prospects for the future. Because we know that UA has gotten a lot of heat from the media and from everyone keeping their eyes on UA, especially with that being the top school. Like, you can't be complacent, and now they have not just the fact that they were complacent in the eyes of the people, but this was the same person who won the UA Sports Festival. Bakugo doesn't have to agree to it, but from everyone, they saw Bakugo as the winner, and I guess the top prize has been taken to the villains and all of that because of the hero's carelessness. So this is the one thing I'm very, very interested in. This incident could have long ramifications in the My Hero Academia universe. I don't know where you guys are in terms of seasons for the manga, but yeah, I'm talking about around the fact that they could still have ramifications to this day for you guys. Because this is not something you just sweep under the rug, especially at a very esteemed school for those wanting to be heroes. And not just that, though, but it really, really fits in well with Tamura's hope in trying to break the hero society. And this small dent could be the first step. So I have a feeling that this incident could create a very, very big fracture in terms of the reputations for the heroes and all of that, especially for those working at UA, should I say. Because it's not like every pro is going to be lectured. Like Mountain Lady, what could she do? She was just chilling and all of that. But you get what I mean. The UA is going to have a lot of heat on its back, and that's how I imagine it going for the future. But like I said, it's not just that aspect that this incident could spark a lot of juicy stories about, but the fact that we've got now this plan to rescue Bakugo, and that's already teased, should I say, to create a very, very juicy story, because Iida is a bit considering his lecture from manual at Hosu City, but Midoriya has a bigger stake in this. Like, he's got a bigger reason to rescue Bakugo. It's not just down to the fact that he doesn't want to fail Bakugo and he doesn't want anything bad happening to him, but All For One. This, All For One is coming very, very soon, if Season 2 is any indication. And this has just heightened the power of the League of Villains, so he can't allow them to get stronger whilst he has to, I guess, deal with All For One mentally, because he's got to prepare for that opportunity to take him on. There could be a bit of a rift, but Deku's got more of a greater reason, and I'm not so sure if he's going to tell Iida that, he's going to be like, I can't, I don't know, that might not be the specific reason, but Bakugo being a prisoner now for the League of Villains has kind of is kind of, I don't know, the icing on the cake or something like that. It's helped out the League of Villains, and it's made them a bit stronger, and that's not the least of the hero of Deku's worry, should we say. But the other heroes will obviously get it's not going to be a discrete battle, is it? So other heroes are going to have to get wind on this. And if All For One is coming very soon, then I think it might be, I think that might be the appropriate reason for, like, Deku to be like, well, we can't allow the League of Villains to get stronger and stronger, especially when there's a bigger threat on the horizon. You just expect that, especially from the title, that there's going to be a bit of a rift from Iida to Midoriya, so like a little ping-pong battle about what is right, considering, well, I guess a couple of people are happy staying put, a couple of people are happy trying to rescue Bakugo. I mean, they can trust the heroes, but there's for Deku especially, there's that mixture of emotion, but also he can't rest for 1 second knowing what's to come. So yeah, but I'm really excited to see what does go down in this episode. But yeah, with that said, let's delve into My Hero Academia. The full reaction will be on Patreon, of course. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in this episode, because yeah, it did not go the way I was expecting last episode. Because that's the thing, you don't expect people like Bakugo to be taken, and then here we are. So, yeah, this is My Hero Academia, episode number 8, From Iida to Midoriya. Looking forward to this. Let's go.
We should just leave this to All Might. Mr. Aizawa only gave us permission to fight and use quirks at the training camp.
And that was
Aoyama is correct.
Self-defense.
Though I'm part of the reason we failed, so I can't talk.
You guys!
Listen, we're all shocked that Bakugo was taken from us. But we have to be rational. It doesn't matter how noble your intentions. If you go out there trying to find the bad guys, knowing you're breaking the rules, then you're acting like villains, not heroes.
Wow, Sue!
If we're doing this, it's tonight. Look, I know you've got some pretty
I need to listen
injuries,
to that one.
So I don't know if you can go. But I wanted to invite you since you probably feel the worst.
Oh, man.
We'll meet in front of the hospital after dark.
Just physically. Oof. 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 Oof.
Usually, a person's body has limiters that keep it from using more than 80% of its power at any given point.
Ah, that makes sense.
But in a crisis situation,
it's like a CPU.
It's possible for those limiters to fall away, allowing someone to use 100%. We call it hysterical strength.
Oy.
The reason we have those limiters in the first place is because our bodies can't handle that type of strain. You
Only
have
flesh
this
and bone.
hysterical strength. If you sustain this type of injury, even just 2 or 3 more times, I don't think you're going to be able to move your arms anymore.
Yeah. Holy
For now,
shit.
Focus on rehabilitation.
Thanks for your help, Doctor. I'm sorry
But
for any trouble I caused.
he was fighting to survive at the end of the day as
Recovery
well.
girl's fed up with you. But, hey, I get the impression that's nothing new.
No,
Also-
no.
Please, get better soon so I can thank you in person, okay?
Kota! Oh. I'm glad he was able to come around a bit there.
Coda.
At least you managed to save him.
Hi, Mom. Yeah, I was
Sometimes
discharged.
you gotta take
but there's
the good
something I have to do,
with the
so I won't
bad.
be home until tomorrow or so.
Do you really have to go back to UA?
Oh. She's at her
There's a
limit.
call for you, Endeavor, sir.
I don't blame her.
Mr.
Like,
Sukauchi from the police department.
ooh.
I'm listening.
Like she's...
We would like to request your assistance.
She nearly lost her son.
I've
Uh-oh.
received an emergency summons and must leave.
Okay. Hey! It's Coda. Oh, nice. Good mount lady. You know when shit's getting serious when all the heroes are spurring from their places, like coming together.
You trying to make the same stupid mistakes I made? Didn't you learn?
What are you talking about?
I don't blame Iida for bollocking
We're still just
Todoroki and
students.
Deku.
And UA's in a bad position as it is. Anything we do will reflect on our school. Don't you get that?
Iida, we have to. I know you don't like us breaking rules, but...
Oh no!
I'm frustrated too. When I saw your injuries, all I could think of was my brother in the hospital.
Yeah.
What if your bodies end up irreparable, just like his? Because I didn't step in.
My God, I don't blame him.
Where I'm coming from?
I don't blame him.
Or are you saying that you don't care how I feel?
I trust in Todoroki's judgment, but still, things could always go wrong. So
Exactly.
I'll join you as backup.
Just
I'll
because you
stand
planned
behind my
it out to be
classmates.
stealthy doesn't mean we're not going to go into
You're
initiative.
the best. I know I'm hurt, but if I can still move at all, then I can't just sit still. I have to reach out and do something.
At least they're not going in this too
Because all I
recklessly.
can think about is saving him.
One more time, Katsuki Bakugo, aspiring hero.
No.
Will you join the League of Villains?
Why?
Go
Why?
throw yourself into traffic. Something far
Fucking
worse
go!
was about to begin.
Oh no!
I understand how each of you feels, so I'm compromising. Don't forget that.
Right. Understood.
Emotional status
A
has to be
rescue
taken into
without us fighting.
account.
It's not plausible. The others are so driven by frustration.
Nothing
they're
is
blinded.
impossible, but
Once they see the
I don't blame
situation
you, Momo.
firsthand and realize how difficult it will be, they should understand their plan is completely unrealistic.
yeah.
Think about what Bakugo would want. We just make everything worse, I'm afraid.
Anyway.
There are mixed feelings, which is understandable, and I love how this situation is being presented.
You know we're going against everyone's wishes
Split.
and being
Civil
completely
war.
selfish by doing
No,
this.
not really.
We can call this off if we want to.
Does it look like I want to turn back? Bakugo wouldn't think twice about going after the villains if he...
Be attacked at any moment.
Yeah, you're right. Stealth mode.
You're standing out even
What
more,
the-
Midoriya.
You won't be able to scout effectively if you're recognizable.
Okay, so what should we do?
I have an idea, though it is a bit old school.
That went well. Oh. Oh my
Fool! What you looking at?
God! Oh, Todoroki! What?
Incognito.
You talking to me?
That's it!
We're just a few scoundrels cruising for hot girls!
Close enough!
Great disguises.
Um,
We'd stand out in this district dressed like kids.
Yayorozu, couldn't you have used your quirk for this to save money?
Technically, but that's against the rules. If I started making everything, think of the impact on the economy. We must ensure the flow of...
And what are some of the specific steps you're taking to ensure their safety in the future?
The media should know what Yue's basic position is since they didn't cancel the sports festival. They just want him to look bad.
I mean, that's media for you in a nutshell. They'll keep stirring the shit.
We will increase patrols around the school grounds and review security measures within the school.
You could feel it in the air. People were turning against heroes. And if we didn't do something, it was just going to get worse.
Tomorrow would win.
Isn't that strange? The heroes are becoming the bad guys. Seems like they're not dealing with this very well at all.
Oh.
So much criticism. But everyone makes a mistake or two, right? Is this society truly fair? Soon, everyone will be asking. That's when we'll know we've won. And you like winning, don't you?
And that's why, yeah.
Dobby, let him go.
A bigger reason.
You know he'll just fight.
It's far different. Everyone here has suffered. Because of people, rules, and heroes who try to hold us back. I'm sure you're the same.
Oh! Yeah, okay, well... Holy shit! He just went for his face!
I'm done listening to your endless talking. Can you not get to the point, or do you just like your own voice? Basically, what you're saying is I want to win just like All Might. No matter what you have to offer me. That will never change, do you understand?
Oh, this is brave, Bakugo. You are outnumbered.
Father.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Father! Holy shit! To quote my friend Bree, Daddy. Oh my god, so Yeah, there must have been a real, a heart-to-heart moment between, this looks a bit dark, but oh well, I'll just try and eke up the brightness. But yeah, there must have been a real heart-to-heart between, Tamura and his dad, to have his to be disarmed. So yeah, that was great. I really, really loved this episode so much with, like, there was 3 important well, there was a few important things, actually. There's 4, but there was some really, really amazing moments, especially Izuku's mother not being able to because she made a point about it at the end of season 2 that she that the stress is like eking her, like it's really, really getting to her at this point. And now we've just had probably the biggest casualty for the students, because the USJ was a nightmare. The stain incident was really, really difficult, but with the extent of the injuries, as well as us knowing how much Deku had to overpower Muscular and revealing the extent of the damages he took during that battle, this has probably been the students' biggest test at the camp with the Vanguard group, and I just love it. See, this is the thing. I don't know if I'm evil, but I love how they're portraying this downfall of the heroes. But at the same time, it's disheartening. I don't know if I'm a good person or not. But it just makes for some compelling story direction, and Tamura's speech about how gullible the humans are, where they will turn over one mistake and the fracture will keep spread. Yeah, that was really, really awesome. I just love the way he was goading Bakugo. At least he was giving him a chance to, hey, you can get out of this shit show if you want to join us. So, yeah. But goddamn, I just love Tamura so much, like, as a character. He's my second favourite character in My Hero Academia, behind Todoroki. I don't know, it's just his villainy, his voice, the personality behind him. They are all factors that blends together to make a fantastic character, in my opinion. And the speech about how society ridicules heroes was just very, very captivating. I was very, very hooked with every single word that Tamura had to come up with. Of course, Bakugo was going to punch them. I mean, I should have expected that. I mean, I was thinking in my head, well, surely Bakugo is an intelligent character, but he does let well, I'd say his fists do the talking. Well, technically it can be, in a sense, with his quirk and all of that, because, yeah. But then again, that's wrists as well. He shoots, yeah. I'm getting into the technicals, but, yeah. He would rather let his fists do the talking, if we're going to use that saying. But this is the thing, though. I mean, I was just hoping Bakugo, don't do it. You're going to get smushed, so. And now he might get smushed now, because he knocked Tamura's dad's hand off his face. So, yeah, that was impressive, though. It was impressive the way he just shot it off, and it was like not taking any shit. But I loved how brave. But at the same time, he did lash out, but he was just reminding them that he will never break away from the hero path, that he's always been inspired. So, in a sense, it was a bit reckless for Bakugo to do such a thing, considering there's like several other villains in the room that will tear you apart. But at the same time, he is determined. He is very, very brave. He's not going to be weakened. And that's the thing about Bakugo. He detests him being weakened. So, whilst it was a bit for Bakugo to do such a thing, it's in character as well for him to do that as well, because of the fact that he doesn't want to submit into that weakness. He doesn't want to become vulnerable, and that's what the League is doing to him at this point. They're trying to make him vulnerable. They're trying to break him. They're trying to say, ditch the hero shit, join the villain shit, it's all good. and Bakugo was not having any of that bullshit. So, but I did love Tamura's speech about how basically humanity has been like they expect the heroes to be perfect and all of that. Like, I mean, this is a devastating thing, and I think it's a bit more sensitive because kids are involved, where they're still young and you don't want anything bad to happen to the kids and all of that. So the issue is a lot more sensitive. Whereas if this was like the pros, like Mount Lady, like Woodsy, I'm calling him Woodsy because like if all of those were in the position, if they suffered the same amount of injuries, it would be a bit shocking. But there wouldn't be this uproar. Well, there might be a bit of uproar. There might be a bit of panic, thinking, "Oh, the villain's gonna rise again." But it's not as sensitive as an issue because they're not kids. They are more developed and all of that. And they've had a lot more training. So I can kind of get why the public is turning against, but at the same time, nobody anticipated this. Nobody anticipated a traitor. So it's not like the heroes picked a fight with the villains and okay, we're going to finish you off for good, and then got sloppy. They were completely blindsided. They have a traitor. They were not prepared whatsoever because this was a training camp. And like I said, it got really, really rough. So, you can't expect all heroes, especially if they're blindsided, to overcome the odds. And now, and at the same time, they do have to take responsibility, but it's not like they are bad people and all of that. But there's that worry that that's what people's faith in humanity, people's faith in the heroes, should I say, is going to dwindle because of this event. And this is just playing on to my promises. Like, I'm evil. I'm totally evil. When I said that this could be a long-lasting arc about the aftermath of the results of what happened to the heroes at the camp could persist throughout My Hero Academia, and it could influence some people to think, okay, well, heroes are getting a bit reckless. This is not on. This is not on. So I did love the kerfuffle with Stain and not Stain. He's back all of a sudden with Iida and Izuku, especially. I love that callback though. I can't believe you two of all people are going along with this, because of this whole Stain incident, which I absolutely did love. How that came into a big topic. Considering Iida doesn't want to see Todoroki and Deku be like his brother, and I do because this is the thing though. Hosu City is going to be a constant reminder for Iida, not just with what happened to his brother, but the lesson he was taught with, and he just can't believe Izuku and Todoroki are going back on what Iida was told, and it just tells for a very, very compelling story. I did love how there was a lot of, there was I don't know, I'd say an even amount of split in terms of those who agree the pros should do it and those who want to go and get Bakugo themselves stealthily, but it's not going to go down the way we expect because nothing ever does. So we can expect a fight. Even Momo has grown her concerns. She's chipping in, but she doesn't believe that. I mean, I think she'll be surprised if this does work, but she is a bit worried with the fact that this is probably going to go AY. So, I absolutely did love that split. Sue came up with some really, really interesting wording there with like, if you break these rules, then you're just basically being a bit more recklessly than the villains. Probably not to the I guess she doesn't mean to the extent of Tamura and Co. Because I think there's a different, like, it's like D&D. There's like different levels of evil, and like I guess small time villains and all of that. She means not these bigger villains that spurred from the darkness and all of that, because we know that when My Hero Academia started, there was still some villains going around. Crime might have been down, but there was still some villains kicking around, but none big enough to pose a bit of a threat. They were just asking for it seemed. But now Tamura and Co. has risen and are giving everyone a difficult time, and literally so, like this episode is presented. So, yeah, and it was really, really great to see that skepticism from the crowd, like with Deku and Co. just like surrounded by people, like they don't even know as well, like that they are students from UA and all of that. So it's a good job that they did blend in when they could. It was great timing considering they wanted to listen to what they had to say and what the teachers had to say. And it was just really, really interesting to see the split. But like I said, I cannot blame Iida for being a bit preachy about the whole fact that everyone, as well as the fact that he's going to be basically the eyes, because he doesn't want to get too involved after Hosu. But I do not blame him whatsoever for being a bit preachy for Deku and Todoroki for getting involved with this situation, because this is going to bring back some constant reminders, and he's also worried as well. So yeah, I absolutely did love that, and I absolutely loved that scene. That we know what we're talking about. Deku, everyone dressing up to blend in. Bloody Deku. I absolutely did love that, though. It was very, very comical, very bizarre. It's up there with Eat This. No, I can't do it right. Eat This. I can't do it. Fuck. Don't do it again, Liam. Anyways, I did it the other night because I was watching my reaction to episode 20 and I just couldn't help myself, so yeah. But yeah, it's up there with that. And especially with Todoroki's This Is Me Incognito. He was just so spontaneous and yet calm at the same time. It was just really, really bizarre. Yeah, the other point I wanted to talk about was the doctor going over Izuku's injuries and all of that, saying 2 or 3 more times you do this, like you basically push yourself to 100%, or beyond, should I say, considering he did go to, like, what, 200, 300, 400% in reality. But yeah, he went beyond plus ultra. And, yeah, he basically, a few more times and he is fucked. So, yeah, I really, really loved that, because at the end of the day, you might be heroes and you might be willing to risk yourselves, like, for the betterment of, well, of the human race, I guess, but you're still only human. And I would say, like, if Koda made a run for it, Deku would have, like, well, he was prepared to accept death and all of that as well, but Deku's still only young, and he's like, I guess he's accepting sacrifice, that whole heroic stuff and all of that, but at the same time, you don't want to overdo it. Like, I think Deku should have, well, I guess at least sprinted. Like, well, it was a bit of an ask with Muscular there, and he was very, very swift. But he, like, it is a difficult call, because Deku tried his best to keep Koda safe and all of that. But yeah, you're also just taking the doctor's words to heart as well, considering the fact that you don't want Deku to overdo it to the point where he can't be a hero anymore, which is also playing on Iida's concerns. But I absolutely did love how the doctor was going over about how there's limiters in people who use quirks and all of that, and realistically they can I guess use 80% of their power, which is kind of like the human brain capacity. Like you can only use 10% of your brain power. Like if you overclock that, then oof. But yeah, I really enjoyed that talk with that doctor. So yeah, I thought it was a very, very important message for Izuku to learn, because he's still got to learn a few things, and he's still got to he's still got to learn to keep it as little in terms of recklessness as possible, because we don't want him to screw himself up. And it's I think this is a great reminder of like Izuku, of someone saying you might have improved, but you still got to learn a few things as well. So yeah, I did really love that speech though for that doctor who gave Izuku some advice about how people that the percentage of people who use their quirks so they don't overdo it and they don't screw up their bodies and all of that. So yeah, but yeah, this was a great episode. So I can't wait to see what happens next time around, especially the fallout of what Bakugo did to Tamura. I'm really excited because yeah, he might have just crossed the line, so oi. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. This was a fantastic episode. It was a bit lighter-hearted, obviously, which is great, considering the last episode was really emotional. But there was still some bouts of emotion in this episode, as there should be, but it was a bit lighter, especially with the whole let's fit in shtick. So that was really great stuff to see. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!